You're listening to the Health and Happiness Podcast with Travis Kemper and
Lauren Maxwell. Each episode, we share easy-to-implement strategies to improve your health, happiness, and overall quality of life. Money can't buy happiness, but money can buy time. Time can buy freedom, and freedom can buy happiness. Unknown. How's it going, Travis?
Good. I got all caught up on my documentation at work on Friday, so my mental health became much better very quickly.
Nice. That's always a very good thing.
Yes, we're also finishing up bedroom number 2. So the upstairs is getting there. We painted it all, and we laid some new floor yesterday, and we'll hopefully finish it today. We'll see. We got a bunch of things to do today. I am loving my gym.
Yay!
I calculated that it saves me 25 minutes every morning.
That's a big deal. That's a lot of time in the morning.
It's a lot of time. And we're going to take Duke for a snow hike today because he's a rambunctious little fella that needs to get outside and go crazy.
That sounds like fun.
How's it going?
It's going good. We are currently dog sitting for our neighbor. So Keely has one of her best friends over for the weekend, and they have been nonstop playing, which is
I need
great.
to ask how this is going, and I need to ask this on the air so Julia can hear it, because I want to get another dog. I want to get another dog because Duke thinks I'm his play toy, and I want him to have another option as a play toy, and another dog seems like a great idea. So, is Keely more or less tired?
She's way more tired.
Okay. Julia will listen to this.
Way more tired. I will say the only thing that has driven me nuts is there's a mess all the time because they play with the toys all the time and they're everywhere. More than they were before. But I can pick them up now because Keely sleeps at certain points throughout the day, which is amazing. And they both sleep and it's incredible. Well,
we basically live in a construction zone, so mess doesn't even bother me at this point.
Well, then what you need to take away from this is they get exhausted because if they get along, they play all day. And obviously they're best friends, so they play all day long.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you,
That's
but I had to put that in there.
Yeah, we were really excited because we were like, man, our lives are going to be so much easier while we have this dog this weekend. So anyway. We went to our friends last night and had our very first group friend music night. It was so much fun. It's something I've always wanted to do is get together with people who play music and then play music. So Nolan played guitar, I played cello, one of our friends played piano, and 3 of us sang and harmonized together. So we learned some new songs and just had a blast practicing and seeing what we could do. They even had a box drum, which I've never done before, but I got to actually play it, and I mean that brings me back to what I actually know how to do, which is drumming. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was super fun. Other than that, I'm going to spend some time writing today, and I'm super excited.
Very exciting.
Yeah, so what are we going to talk about today, Travis?
Well, first, we need to provide everyone with an update. It's been nearly a year since we released our first episode, and going forward, we have decided to switch things up a little bit.
Yeah, so our favorite episodes to date have been the interview episodes. So we are going to do more of them. More of what makes us happy. So please send us messages to recommend people you think would be good for the podcast. Or if you would like to be on an episode, let us know what you think makes you a good fit.
Also, we're trying out a new style for the episodes where it is just the 2 of us. Sometimes it felt like we were just reading studies that usually said the same thing and we were repeating ourselves a lot. Lauren would say, oh yeah, this improves your flexibility. And then I would say, yeah, this one says it improves your flexibility. So going forward, we're going to try and bring the same great information, but making it a more enjoyable listening experience.
Today, though, we're going to talk a little bit about the benefits of dancing as a follow-up to last week's episode with Hunter from Show Her Off. And then we are going to talk about buying time instead of things. So let's start with the benefits of dancing.
Yeah, dancing has a lot of benefits. Obviously, it pretty much gives you every benefit of exercise, which we've talked about over and over and over ad nauseum.
Oh, that was a fancy word.
Every once in a while. Hopefully I used it right. So benefits of dancing in research, it's been shown to boost memory. This is mostly because of aerobic exercise. It reverses the volume loss in the hippocampus, the part of the brain that controls memory. It improves flexibility. It reduces stress. Partner dance and musical accompaniment. Nailed that one. Can help bring about stress relief. It helps your heart health. Again, this is an exercise, so
Right.
dancing is great exercise, so it's going to give you all the benefits of exercise. One study in particular showed that people with heart failure who took up waltzing improved their heart health, breathing, and quality of life significantly compared to those who biked or walked on a treadmill. I have to say, I actually feel a little bit fancier right now because I just used the word waltzing.
I know. Like it just makes you feel like, oh, okay.
um, Also, losing weight, again, this is just the overall benefits of exercise. An exercise program of aerobic dance training is just as helpful for losing weight and increasing aerobic power as cycling or jogging. No surprise there.
Mm-hmm.
It improves balance. We've talked about falls before. Dancing will decrease your risk of falling, and it improves your energy.
Yeah, and dancing can also improve your mental health. Again, not surprising, at least to me at all. And that can include improving your self-esteem. So when you show yourself that you can learn new choreography, like Travis and I are learning Show Her Off, if you can show yourself that you can do that, or in general just develop a new skill through dance classes, you'll find that your confidence and your self-esteem grow. It can also improve your mood and attitude, diminish depression. According to a study that tested the effects of dancing on people with depression, patients who participated in an upbeat group dance showed the fewest depression symptoms and the most vitality. It can also help you make friends. So socialization is essential for people's mental health, and because dance classes are typically conducted in groups, you get to interact with people and share the same love for dance. Many of these people can become your friends too.
So, dancing, basically, if you look at the titles of our episodes going back to when we started, it helps with all of them. Seriously, it helps improve your fitness, it helps improve your depression, self-esteem, relationships. We talked about the importance of relationships on episodes before. Dancing's really good, a really good practice.
Yes.
If it's something that makes you happy personally, that is a big benefit.
Yeah, I think there's nothing like it. It just like makes me super happy. It's one of the times that in my life that like I really feel like I can let go of a lot of the things that I really can't control. And just I think there's like a really huge sense of freedom for me that I get from it, which is incredible for my mental health. Speaking of things that improve your mental health, there is growing evidence that buying time, not things, makes us happier.
So, a new survey found that adults who made time saving purchases reported greater life satisfaction than those who didn't. Why? Well, they're still investigating this, but the idea is their hypotheses are likely that it reduces feelings of time pressure. Many people in relatively high income countries have more money than time. I can relate to this. This contributes to feelings of time stress, which are linked to unhappiness, anxiety, and insomnia. The researchers also note that time stress is a critical factor in rising obesity rates, which is really not all that surprising if it hits your mental health and your sleep quality. We know both of those affect obesity. Lack of time is a common reason that people cite for not exercising and for eating unhealthy foods. So it improves the perception of control over the things you do. So I can vouch for this son. Currently, this is like our goal right now is to buy time. So I currently pay house cleaner and food prep person. It's amazing. The the cleaner is huge for us as far as cleanliness, but I really think it helps Julia more than me as far as mental health. Um, she's much cleaner and more organized than I am as a person, which I can live in pretty much filth. You saw my house in Flagstaff. Uh, so I won't notice things for a long time, whereas the clutter really will start to bother her, and then she feels pressure to clean it up. So having that cleaner is huge for us.
Yeah, I can see how that would be huge. That's like definitely one of my and my husband's goal is to like eventually have a cleaner once we get a house. Because we have like different things that we're irritated by. I'm irritated by like not so much clutter, but like all the dust and stuff that can collect so fast, and he can't stand clutter. So both of us get like ah! When we see the things that irritate us the most. So it'd be really nice to have somebody help out with that. Anyway, interesting factoid. Across studies, there is no consistent evidence that buying time benefits are limited to the wealthy. There's actually some evidence that buying time increases happiness and life satisfaction more in less affluent individuals. So researchers sampled from different income levels and found that across 7 studies with over 6,000 respondents, spending money to buy time was linked to greater life satisfaction, and the typical detrimental effect of time stress on life satisfaction was attenuated among individuals who used money to buy time. Interestingly, in a survey, only 2% of people said they would spend a financial windfall on time-saving purchases. And in another survey, 50% of millionaires reported they do not spend any money on time-saving, which is honestly really surprising to me because I feel like that is already my goal. And I'm not close to a millionaire.
It's all in what you value and what you know, and
yeah.
if you know you're looking at it like spending that money is costing you that money, and that money is worth more than, let's say, mowing your grass,
yeah,
then you're going to mow your grass. So
right.
It all depends what your mentality is and what your beliefs are there. Anyway, so what type of things should you spend time on? Well, we mentioned that we spend time on cleaning and food prep. The reasons we do this are simple. I don't like cleaning, period. I don't enjoy cleaning at all. And the other thing, it seems like this huge task, like it's a huge mental task that there needs to be so much time for, and it's not even necessarily true.
Yeah.
You know, like it doesn't take long to clean the floors, but floors are one that neither one of us clean, period.
Right.
Bathroom is another one, especially the tub.
Bathroom is the worst.
Yeah, neither one of us will clean, and it doesn't take that long. Let's take 20 minutes to clean a tub.
But I can't get myself to do it.
Right, in my brain, it's like a 4-hour job. So spending money on that is great. I also have just been in the process of hiring virtual assistants to help with videos and social media for my business. It's got a lot of promise, but I just started. So as a side note, sometimes it can be very frustrating in the beginning and can seem like it takes you more time. That is currently where I'm at with the virtual assistants. Finding the right ones has been challenging. This has pretty much been the case whenever I've hired for any job around the house as well, like plumbers. We had 3 plumbers come over in our house in Phoenix to fix our hot water heater before we found anybody that had a clue. And I mean, completely, they were incompetent. So
yeah, it's super frustrating.
Yeah, it's horribly frustrating.
Yeah.
When you're hiring somebody because you don't know what to do,
right.
and then it turns out that they don't know what to do either.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much
them to not know what to do.
Well, you don't end up paying them, but I'm paying them with my time. I have to be there to show them and tell them what's going on.
Yeah.
And they look at me and they're just like, it's screwed. You're going to have to buy a new one. And that would have cost us $3,000 that we didn't have at the time because of the type of water heater it was.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And we didn't have it at the time. So it was really good that we found this other guy that came and fixed it for $120, and it worked great until we sold the house.
That's a huge difference.
Yeah. So needless to say, Cameron was our plumber in Phoenix, and if anybody needs a plumber in Phoenix, just reach out. I'll hook you up.
Awesome.
Anyway, so that's it for this week. So I guess a challenge this week would be, if you have not danced in a while and you know you enjoy dancing, definitely go dancing. And secondly, maybe make a goal for one thing to cross off your list that really causes you a lot of stress that you can afford to and are willing to hire somebody to take care of. So maybe it's cleaning, maybe it's grass mowing, maybe it's changing your oil. I don't know.
Walking your dog.
Yeah. Yeah, we do that one too. We pay every Tuesday we take Duke to doggy daycare. And
every Wednesday we take you to doggy daycare.
It frees up our time in the evenings because he's dead.
Tired. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So although I am hoping that we're going to get another dog and it's going to have the same effect every day, just not on Tuesdays.
Wouldn't that be great? Wednesdays are the days that I get to edit the podcast because Keely is tired and I can do it after work.
Nice. Nice. Awesome. Well, thank you, everybody. This has been fun. Lauren, great job today.
Nice job, Travis. This was awesome.
And we'll see you next time for another episode of the Health and Happiness Podcast.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to listen to this episode of the Health and Happiness Podcast. We hope you enjoyed the episode and are getting benefits from our content.
If your life is improving in part due to the information in this podcast, we would greatly appreciate you sharing the episode with your family and friends on social media and leaving us a review so we can continue to reach more people and improve the health and happiness of the community at large.
Thanks again, and we will see you next week for another episode of the Health and Happiness Podcast.